collectibles hub. PK, today we are going to explore one of the most iconic and widely circulated coins in American history, the 1980 Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny. This 1-cent coin has been in continuous production since 1909 and holds a deep historical and numismatic legacy that stretches across more than a century. The year 1980 stands out as a significant marker in the series because it represents a transitional period in coinage technology, economy, and the evolution of American coin design. The 1980 Lincoln penny features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the United States, who is often remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and for signing the Emancipation Proclamation, which paved the way for the abolition of slavery in the country. His image first appeared on the penny in 1909 to mark the centennial of his birth, and it was the first time a real person appeared on regular U.S. coinage designed by Victor David Brenner. The original portrait remains largely unchanged over the decades, and in 1980 it was still in use with slight modifications in engraving details and relief height that reflect the minting technology of the era. The obverse of the 1980 Lincoln cent shows Lincoln facing to the right with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1980. An important aspect of the 1980 Lincoln penny is the presence of strong, clear strikes and quality dies, especially from the Denver Mint. Many of these coins remain in circulation today, and finding one in high mint state condition is not overly difficult. However, coins with full original, luster-sharp details and minimal contact marks are still prized by collectors and can fetch premium values if graded by third-party services such as PCGS or NGC within the coin collecting community. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most widely collected in the world due to its longevity, affordability, and historical depth. Many collectors start with Lincoln cents because they are accessible and represent a broad timeline of American history. The 1980 penny fits squarely into this timeline and serves as a perfect example of late 20th century minting practices. During the 1980s, the United States was undergoing significant political, economic, and cultural shifts. Inflation and interest rates were high, the Cold War tensions were at their peak, and the American people were looking for stability and leadership, much like during Lincoln's own time. These parallels add a layer of symbolic value to the Lincoln penny and make it more than just a coin, but a cultural and historical artifact. The production quality of the 1980 penny is generally good, though like many mass-produced coins, it can suffer from issues such as die fatigue, weak strikes, and planchet inconsistencies. Collectors often seek out examples with strong Lincoln details, especially around the hair, beard, and coat lines, as well as crisp reverse features including the steps and columns of the Lincoln Memorial. The fields of the coin should be smooth and lustrous with minimal spotting or discoloration errors, and varieties in the 1980 penny are also of great interest to numismatists. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped plankets, and other anomalies that occurred during the minting process. While not as common as some other years, there are still notable errors from 1980 that command attention and value within the market. Another compelling reason to study and collect the 1980 penny is its role in educational and outreach programs. Coin collecting organizations and school programs often use Lincoln cents to teach about American history, economics, and metallurgy. The 1980 version provides a concrete example of how even small coins can carry significant meaning and offer a window into the past. Furthermore, the Lincoln penny series has always been a place where American coin engraving and design trends have been tested and refined. And in 1980, we see the continuation of the traditional aesthetic before the major changes that came in the 2000s, such as the Lincoln Bicentennial series introduced in 2009, when the reverse design was again changed to mark the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The 1980 penny thus captures the last stretch of a design era and holds a for those who are passionate about coin roll hunting or treasure hunting through pocket change. The 1984 D quarter offers both a learning opportunity and a potential reward. As older clad quarters become harder to find in pristine condition, each example discovered in high grade becomes more valuable and relevant to the hobby collectors. And dealers alike keep an eye on bulk lots, mint sets, and original bank rolls to locate the most promising specimens. From an educational standpoint, the 1984 D quarter is a perfect coin for teaching about American symbolism, economic history, and the minting process. Students and new collectors can learn about how coins are designed, struck, and circulated, while also gaining an appreciation for the deeper values and traditions that coins carry forward through time. The quarter itself, being one of the most used denominations in U.S. currency, holds a unique place in cultural and financial history. Furthermore, this coin sits at a significant place in the timeline of the Washington Quarter series, which would only last another 12 years before the dramatic and creative change brought about by the statehood quarter program introduced in 1999. This later program revitalized public interest in coin collecting, but also marked the end of an era that the 1986 D quarter firmly belongs to, a period of stability, classic design, and understated dignity. We will also examine the role of the U.S. Mint and its ongoing mission to produce coins for commerce and commemoration. The Denver Mint's capacity and coinage output in 1986 played a key part in supporting national currency demands and continued a legacy dating back to the 1800s, with Denver being officially established as a branch mint in 1906. The technologies employed, die maintenance, quality control procedures, and logistics involved in producing hundreds of millions of quarters provide a fascinating look at industrial scale coinage and the meticulous effort involved behind each piece of metal that we often take for granted. Our video will conclude by discussing collecting strategies for Washington quarters, how to safely store and display your coins, what accessories and tools to use, such as coin flips, albums, magnifiers, and digital scales, as well as advice on how to join local or online coin clubs, visit shows, and network with other enthusiasts to deepen your appreciation of coin collecting as both a hobby and an educational journey. So stay tuned as we explore everything from minting technology, historical insights, collector tips, grading scales, error identification, and visual diagnostics, all centered on one single coin, the 1984 D Washington Quarter, which stands as a powerful example of how every coin has a story to tell and every collector plays a part in preserving that story. Welcome once again to Coins Collectibles Hub, and let's begin the deep dive into the world of the 1984 D Washington Quarter Dollar.